Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I am going to demonstrate how we can deploy Azure B2C custom policies uh, to the B2C tenant via Azure DevOps in an automated way. Um, those who are not familiar with B2C, um, Azure B2C is a cloud-based identity and access management solution designed for business to customer applications, and it allows business to manage and secure customer identities, providing a seamless and customizable authentication experience. So basically, in a short manner, Azure B2C is just like the normal Azure Active Directory, but it is a service which we can integrate with many of our applications. So it will provide many features like multi-factor authentications and user directory services, authentication services, like that. It will provide various services. So in this video, I'm not going to concentrate on what Azure B2C or what we can do inside the B2C. Instead, I am just focusing on the DevOps perspective of the Azure B2C. So those who want to, this Azure B2C is a vast subject. There are many things we can do within an Azure B2C. Some of the things, most of the things uh, can be configured by a developer only, but some things we can also done by a DevOps engineer as well. So in my video, I'm just focusing on the DevOps perspective. So in that, I'm just trying to demonstrate how we can deploy the Azure custom policy to the Azure B2C tenant. So those who are want to learn more about B2C, there are plenty of videos available in the internet. You can start learn that basics. So here in this video, I am just teaching the advanced session of the DevOps. This video is not for beginners. So those who are already familiar with the B2C and the pipelines and DevOps concept, I'm referring, only I'm recommending this video to watch. So those who are not familiar, just have a look at what is custom policy, what is Azure B2C, etc. So it will take some time to configure everything. Maybe this video duration will be long. So in that case, I will split this the entire session into two videos. So let's start. Let me go to my Azure portal. So I have certain resources groups already created. So in that, let me go to one resource group. This is resource group is MD. So first, what we need to do is um, we need to create one Azure B2C tenant. So those who already know the B2C and already have a tenant, you can skip this step. But I'm just starting it from the beginning. So I'm just going to create resource. Here type B2C. So select this option, Azure Active Directory B2C. Click on create. Select the first option. So in this B2C, we can customize the user experience. It also provides single sign-on. It support multiple identity providers, and also it provide many security features, just like the Azure Active Directory. So here we need to give our organization name. Uh, for example, I'm just giving it as Learn DevOps. So next is the domain name. So this is very important. Once you enter it, you cannot change it. So just I'm creating like this, learn DevOps. So my tenant name will be learndevops.onmicrosoft.com, and the location I am just giving it as United States, and the subscription pay as you go. Resource group, learn DevOps and cloud. Next, I'm going to click create and review and create. So if validation is successful, just I'm going to click create. So meanwhile it is creating, I maybe I can just explain what exactly is custom policies. So the Azure AD B2C custom policies are configuration files that define the behavior of Azure Active Directory B2C tenant. So there are already pre-existing user flows present in the Azure AD B2C, but unlike that predefined user flows, which cover common identity tasks, custom policies offer a higher level of flexibility and control, allowing us to tailor the identity experience to our specific needs. So it is fully configurable, and it supports many protocols. Um, so Azure also provide a custom starter pack that we can download it and modify it according to our needs. So we will be using that starter pack in our demo video. We'll show you in the we'll show you soon. And also those who are already familiar with the custom policies and B2C, you might be wondering why we need to deploy these custom policies via pipelines. So we can user flows are already present in the B2C. Also we can add or upload the custom policies um, directly via portal. So why we need to spend this lot of time uh, for automating this? You may have that lot. So the reason is, first reason, it will provide automation and consistency. Okay, consistency in the sense. So if you have so let me so the tenant is created. So let me go to the tenant. Okay, so let me come back to my uh, reasons of deploying that custom policies via pipeline. So first one is it's help us to automate the deployment, and it's provide consistency. So consistency means, what is meant by consistency? So if you have certain configuration file for one of the development environment, but if you have multiple environments like QA, pre-prod and prod environment, uh, B2C directories, and if you have configuration code in your system or repository, and you are manually uploading to the B2C, so there is a good chance that the human errors can be occur. The, so the code which is deployed to the dev environment and prod or QA environment might not be same. So in that case, it may cause issues. So it will avoid it, and it will provide consistency across all environment. Then another thing is, we can use continuous integration and continuous deployment pipelines. So instead of a developer directly uploading it in the portal, we can just do a single click, and it will deploy that policies to the Azure portal. So it will provide better traceability. Like if some of the developers directly upload it to the custom policy to that Azure portal, means if something wrong happens, we don't have that track who uploaded that policy to um, that tenant. So in that case, it will be difficult. So normally this Azure B2C is a critical service. So nor it is not recommended to give access to Azure B2C to everyone in your organization. So only the main admin should have access to the B2C. So if a developer want to deploy that B2C to custom policy to the B2C, they can use the pipeline without giving the access to the tenant itself. So another one is version control. So when whatever changes we made to that custom policy files, that is XML files, it is traceable. So we can just view it in the Git repository. Who made the last changes? What was that change? Everything we can change. It also improves the collaboration between the team members, uh, and it also provides the security. So security in the sense nobody will have direct access to the tenant. They can only deploy the policies via pipeline only. So that in that way it will provide security as well. So here we are in the Azure B2C tenant I have created. So let's work on custom policy and how we can configure it. For that we have some prerequisites, like we need to create certain app registrations, policy keys, etc. So we can start that. So in the left hand side, you can, under the policies, you can see identity experience framework. So go to this identity experience framework, click on it, then go to policy keys, then add policy keys. So we need to generate the keys. So give the first key name as token signing key container. Token signing key container. So the key type will be RSA, and the key usage is signature. Then just click on create. Next we want to create the encryption keys. So for that just click on add. Here give the name as token encryption key container. Token encryption key container, and the key type will be RSA. So here instead of signature, we need to select encryption. Just click on create. So two of these policy keys are created. You can see that one B2C underscore 1A is added to the prefix. So next we want to create some app registrations. First one is identity experience framework application. So for that just go to this app registration, click on new registration. Here the display name will be identity experience framework. The supported account types, give this account in this organization directory only. This redirectory URL URI just select web, and the URL enter like this. So here this initial part will be your tenant name. So I have just given my tenant name. You need to replace it with your tenant name, and tick this grant admin consent to OpenID and offline access permission, and then just click on register. And you need to note it down, this app ID. So we need it letter. I'm just copying it to a notepad, and the application ID. Okay, so next what we want to do is we need to expose an API in this newly registered application, that is identity experience framework. So go to this expose an API option here, click on it, then click on add a scope. So one default value will be created here, so just click save and continue. Here the scope name will be user impersonation, just enter it like that. Here the admin consent display name will be access identity experience framework. So in the description you can give a meaningful description. So in the Microsoft official documentation it is given like that. uh, you can there is a sample provided in the Microsoft official documentation, you can give like that, or if you want to give something else you can also give that one. So here I am giving sign in user. So click on add scope. So we have exposed the API and the scope. Now we need to register another application which is called proxy identity experience framework. For that you just go back to this identity experience framework, then click on new registration. He give the name as proxy identity experience framework. So support account types, just give a account in this organization directory only. So in the redirect URL in the platform section, give a uh, public client or native mobile and desktop. And for the redirect URL, just give my app /auth. So let this checkbox ticked, and click on register. And we need the application ID of this proxy identity experience framework as well. So just note it down in a notepad. So next we need to go to uh, authentication under this proxy identity experience framework. Um, just click on this authentication, and scroll down to this advanced setting, and toggle this to yes. Allow public client flows. Click on save. Okay, so next step is we need to grant permission to the API scope we exposed earlier in the identity experience framework registration. So in the left menu under manage, select API permission, then click on add permission, then select the APIs my organization uses tab, then click on this identity experience framework and select this scope which we have created. then just click on add permission. So here you can see that for this scope the admin consent is not granted, so we need to grant the admin consent for the uh, this scope as well. For that just click on this, no need to click, but just click on here, grant admin consent for the Learn DevOps. Click yes. Now you can see that we have given the granted the admin consent as well. So we have registered two applications and exposed some API. Now what we need to do is we need to download some custom policy starter pack from the Microsoft website. So if you go to uh, this official Microsoft documentation, here you can see one external link to download some custom policy starter packs. So basically, custom policies are a set of XML files we upload to our Azure AD B2C tenant to define technical profiles and the user journeys. Microsoft provides starter pack with several pre-built policies to get going quickly. Each of these starter packs contain the smallest number of technical profiles and user journeys needed to test the configuration quickly. So I have downloaded those files. So you can see here it contain local account, social and local account, social and local accounts with MFA and display control starter pack. So these are certain templates we can just try it for testing. For our purpose, I am just selecting the local account. So it contains the minimal configuration. The other templates are somewhat larger compared to the local accounts. So I'm just selecting the local accounts. So after you have downloaded those packs, you just open that in the Visual Studio. So I have just opened that in my Visual Studio. Now what you need to do is just expand the local account section. We need to configure certain things in these files. The first thing we need to do is in all of these files we need to replace this tenant name, uh, that is your tenant, with our tenant name. So what I'm going to do is just selecting the your tenant name, then using the Visual Studio shortcut we can just do the find and replace. So my tenant name is Learn DevOps. So just click on replace all. So you can see that it's got replaced with my tenant name. So we need to do the same with the other files also. We'll select one by one, password reset, just click on replace all, then profile edit, replace all, then sign up sign in we already done, trust framework base, replace it, trust framework extension, replace it, trust framework localization, just replace it. So don't forget to save this file. So we need to do some more configuration and after that we will save it. So now we need to go to this trust framework extension.xml. Okay, then we need to replace certain values in this section under the technical profile ID. So you need to replace these values with the uh, application IDs which you have earlier stored in the notepad file, that is identity experience framework and proxy identity framework. So wherever this proxy identity framework they have mentioned, just replace it with the ID of that application. So I'm just copying it. First one here, second one here. Next, copy the identity experience framework app ID, then replace it here. Okay, now just save it, save all the files. Okay, now we have saved all these files. Next thing, we again need to go back to our Azure AD tenant, and we need to create one app registration for the management task. So it should be noted that it is not under the identity experience framework app registration, it's under your AD tenant. So just go back to the identity experience framework uh, and go to the root of your Azure AD B2C. Now click on app registration. So basically, why we need this app registration? So we are going to use PowerShell script to deploy the Azure AD B2C policies via pipeline. So before the PowerShell script can interact with the Microsoft Graph API, uh, an application register, we need to create one application register in our Azure AD B2C tenant. Basically, Microsoft Graph allows us to manage many of the resources within Azure AD B2C tenant, including the customer user account and custom policies. By writing scripts or application that call the Microsoft Graph API, we can automate the tenant management task. So for the PowerShell script to access the data in my MS Graph, we need to grant the registered application the relevant permissions. For example, policy read write trust framework permission for our management application. It will be different for other kind of scenarios. So first we need to create the app registration. Click on new registration. So here, uh, since I am going to deploy the custom policies via pipeline, I am going to give the name as DevOps management. So this application will be called using the Azure pipelines. That's why I'm giving that name. So maybe you can give like management app. So I'm just giving DevOps management. Select the accounts in this the organization directory only. So for this application, we actually don't need this grant admin consent to OpenID and offline access permission. So you can just untick it. Also, we don't need this redirect to URI since it is just for management. So just click on register. So we need the application ID of this uh, newly created DevOps management application as well. So just copy it uh, to the notepad like we have done it earlier, and the application or client ID of the DevOps management application. So you will be using this ID in the DevOps pipeline. And for our application to access the data in the Microsoft Graph, we need to grant the registered application the relevant application permissions. For example, to create, read, update, and delete every user in our Azure AD2C tenant, we need to add the user dot read write all permission. If our application also need to manage groups in our Azure AD2C tenant, we need to add the group dot read write all permission as well. But for our custom policy automation scenario, we need to give policy dot read write trust framework permission. So to do that, we need to first go to this API permission here. Um, Under configured permission, select add permission. Under this Microsoft APIs tab, select this Microsoft Graph API, then select the application permission. Here just search for policy dot read write dot trust. It will come here. You need to select this permission, policy read write trust framework. Just add the permission. Okay, so we have added, and we need to give the admin consent now. So just click on this tick mark here, grant admin consent for Alien DevOps. You can see that the status changed to green here. We have given the granted, we have granted the admin consent. Now we need to create one client secret, because our application needs a client secret to prove its identity when requesting a token. So to add the client secret, under this manage again, go to the certificates and secret. Click on new client secret. Just give a meaningful description, like this secret is used for the DevOps management. So I'm just giving as DevOps management. The expiration date, I'm just giving it for 1 year. Click on add, and you need to note this value immediately, because once we go back we won't be able to see this value again. So just copy that value somewhere. This is a secret value. We need this client ID and the secret value in our pipelines. Okay. Now, next thing what we need to do is we need to configure our repository. So we need one repository to store our custom policy files, because from where only we will be able to deploy using the pipeline. So this is my Azure DevOps account. So here I have already created one repository called the B2C. You can create it in any name if you want. So I just created in the name of B2C, and in the B2C create two folders called B2C assets and scripts. So in this B2C assets will be the folder where we are going to push our policy files into this folder. Okay, so and this script folder, we need to upload one PowerShell script which we will use in the DevOps pipeline to deploy to our B2C tenant. So we will come to this B2C B2C script later, but first before that maybe we can just publish our code to this repository under this B2C assets. So for that what I can do is I'm going to open the folder. This is my repository folder. I'm just selecting that. Okay, so here we need to publish these files. So I'm just going to the Explorer, downloads. So this is the folder which I have modified this configuration. So I need to copy these files from here and need to paste it in the repository folder, just copying it, everything, then go back. So this is my repository folder. Under this B2C asset, we need to paste it. I'm just pasting it, replace every file. So I have copied it. Similarly, this script file. So basically, what is this PowerShell script? This PowerShell script is uh, provided by the Microsoft in their official documentation. Using this script only, in the DevOps pipeline, it will access our tenant using the client ID and client secret. So that PowerShell script, you need to copy it from the official documentation and uh, make it as a script and save under this script folder. So I will show you where I have got that script. So okay, so you can see that in the Microsoft official documentation there is configure an Azure repos under this page. You can see this script. What you need to do is you just need to copy this entire script and save it in that script folder. So I have already done it. I just need to push these new changes to Git repository. I'm going to save it. New changes. Changes. Okay, now we have uploaded our changes. Let me verify it. I'm uploaded right now. The keys were present and the script is also there. Okay. Okay, now what we need to do, we need to create one release pipeline that will deploy these custom policies to the B2C tenant. So for that, here we don't need the build pipeline actually, but if you need, you can go with the build pipeline approach as well. So in the build pipeline, we can just create it as an artifact first, then the release pipeline, we can download the artifact and do the release. But for a simple aspect, we can directly go with the release pipeline also as well. So in my this tutorial, I am just going with the release pipeline directly. So click on release pipeline. So you can see that I have already created one release pipeline. So I'm just going to show it. Just click on edit. So in this artifact, you just mention your repository. Okay. In the repo alias, you can just give policy repo. That's it. Then in the task, here only we will take our PowerShell script. So in this PowerShell script task, you need to give because the PowerShell script is already there. Okay, so we just need to show that path where that PowerShell script resides. So I have selected that path here. Next thing is very important. We need to pass these arguments here. Okay. So first thing is client ID. Second is client secret. Third is tenant ID. And the rest is the folder and its content. And make sure that the files, whatever files we are going to deploy, it is in this correct order. The first will be Trust Framework base XML, next Trust Framework localization, then extension, then so on and so on. Okay, so it is the recommended way of deploying it, otherwise it will give error. Okay, so you can see that client ID and client secret and tenant ID is mentioned here. It is a variable. So we need to give these values in the variable section. So in the variable section, You can see that I have already added these variables here. I just need to update that with my latest configuration. Okay, so what will be the client ID? The client ID is the application ID of the last app registration we have done, that is DevOps management. So this is our application ID. Just copy it and paste it in the client ID section. Copied it, and the client secret. So I have asked you to note it down, that client secret. So just copy it, this client secret, and paste it here. Okay. Then tenant ID. So what will be our tenant ID? Our tenant ID is lane DevOps stored on Microsoft.com. This is our tenant ID. So this is what we need right now. Just save it. So before deploying it, let me show you the section where the custom policy will get deployed. So under this tenant, if you go to this identity experience framework, if you see here custom policies, there is no policy right now. Okay, so we can actually upload it manually here in the option. It's there, upload custom policy manually. But here what we are going to do is we are going to deploy it via pipeline. So you can verify that there is no custom policy right now. I'm just going to run this pipeline, and let's check if the custom policies are going to deploy it. So I'm going to click on create release. So this is our new commit, the latest commit, which is called new changes. I'm just selecting it. Then I'm going to create a release. The release is created. Let's see the logs. So it's showing that uploading the B2C policies, showing successful. Okay, so the pipeline is now successful. Let's verify if the policies are correctly deployed in our B2C tenant. So currently it is empty only. We are just going back and do a refresh. Okay, so it's the root tenant. Again, go into this identity experience framework. Okay, yes, so you can see that these custom policies are present here. This is the policy, we have deployed it via pipeline. So if you want to verify it, you can download it and cross check also. I'm not going to do that right now because I know this is the policy, I have just deployed it. So thanks guys, this is the way we can automate the Azure B2C custom policies. So there is so many benefits of doing the custom policy deployment via pipeline. So if you like my video, just hit the like button. If you have any doubt, you just comment it down. I will try to give a reply. Thank you. We'll see you in the next video.